Welcome to No Cuffs, No Chains podcast, where we keep it real, authentic, challenge perspectives, educate the past, present, and future generation. This is your host, O Black.
Your host, Love. How you feeling?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
Let me
Doing a
turn
lot.
you up a
Let
notch.
me stop. Doing good, doing good.
Oh, you talking watching the words?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
doing
So
well, y'all.
that's good. Blessing we living.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, letting things happen the way it's gonna happen. You know,
Mhm.
letting
The
control what we can
controllables.
control. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
for real. What I was just listening to a thing the other day. Then I sent it to you. I don't know if you seen it. I was like, damn, I need to get this to you so you can see it. It was a lady was speaking. She was like, they control your mind, they control your
Oh, yeah,
life.
you did send that. Yeah. No, they
Yeah.
control your time. They control your mind. They control your time. And if they control your time, they control your life. I
Control your
think
life.
something,
Yeah.
something within that nature.
Into that nature. I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah, she was
Can't
like,
let
whoever controls your mind controls your time. And whoever
mm-hmm.
controls your time controls your life.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that was deep. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
can't let them control none of that shit.
Yeah.
It ain't,
Yeah.
it
You
ain't,
got to be
it
in
ain't.
control.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's hard.
So,
Like
man,
we discussed
go
that
ahead.
before, though.
Yeah, we did. She
Yeah.
just, you know how people we discuss it and just
Simplify it.
like
Yeah.
simplify the shit and
Yeah.
way better. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Make it make
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah. It's like, or we'll make it complicated. Oh, I know I do that shit. And then somebody just put it, simplify the shit for me.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. There you
For
go.
sure.
But yeah, man, this part 2, we're gonna talk about politics today. We're gonna start off with you. Because since you're in Florida, we're gonna have you start off with yours, and then we're gonna play a video of the different amendments that to vote on the ballot. It's not even amendments on my ballot here in California. It's kind of blurry, but you can't
Yeah.
really
You
see.
put blurred background, my boy.
Yeah, I got that blurred background on, but you can't really see it like that. California ballot a little different. And it's good I got blurred because my name on there. Get out my personal life.
This man.
So yeah, so we're gonna go over Florida's today. We got a YouTube video to help explain it. So I don't know if you want to read off the titles of the amendments that's on there, and then I play the video. So
No, I
they can
think the video is gonna go over all the amendment.
all up.
Basically, it's mine's a little got a little thick sheet. Hold on.
How many pages is yours?
It's one page, but they done made it like a worksheet. As you can see, I've been long, and it's both sides too. So
Well, it's
it,
two-sided?
yeah,
Yeah, see, mine's two-sided, but it only has
nah,
two
mine,
things to vote
and
on.
it's on that thick construction paper, my
Yeah,
boy.
this
So
that thick paper too.
this is the real deal. All right. So
Yeah.
it's four sides basically, but I don't know
Okay.
if there's four sides for you. It probably is, but they made this one where you can see three sides on one, and then the other side has um the last one, but it has a lot. It has a lot of information. I don't know, like this. This is the first time me really diving in
Yeah.
to this because it has a lot of information. But basically, and this is like a mail-in thing, so that's probably why. But
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah, we got Constitution section 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, we got 1 through 6 on here.
Okay. Of amendments.
Yes. Of
Okay.
constitutional amendments. Yeah.
See, we don't have none on our ballot out here. So, but this is good. This is education, like I said on
Yeah.
other.
And we also have 6 county
In
charter
your
amendments too. Yeah.
okay, and they're dedicated to the Pacific County.
Actually, we have 8, 10. My bad. Excuse me. We got 10 of them.
Y'all's a test.
Yeah, exactly. We got 10 county charter amendments. So
Man, that's the F cat.
yeah, for real. It feel like it too. It's a lot. It's a lot of. It's a
You
lot.
got to read too, read it all.
Yeah.
But this,
Exactly. Yeah. Some of the things. Yeah. I mean, when you're reading it, it's not in. It's laid out like. I mean, it's pretty in depth. They put it in Spanish and English,
mm. So hey, let me ask you a
but it's
question.
long.
Let
It's
me ask you.
long.
Let
Yep.
me ask you a question real quick before we
hmm
go into these amendments. You reading over it.
hmm
How has it has it benefited you or made it?
I mean, yes. Honestly, yes, because if I would have just went to vote and then I'm just seeing all this off like for the first time,
Yeah.
yes, this will get real. It'll get
Okay.
real. Especially because when you're voting, it's
Mm,
it's almost you feel like I don't know. For me, I feel like a
mm.
test. So I feel like you need to hurry. Not that you need to hurry up, but you need to like. There's a anxiety like okay, I need to
Sense of
like.
urgency with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I need to
Yeah.
get this done. People sort of wait, because you still holding the slot up, so
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
waiting behind you. And if you've been in a voting line, the line is long.
Like you waiting at a
So
restaurant. I need that lettuce.
exactly, yeah. So the line is long. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just me, and I shouldn't feel like this, but I sort of feel rushed. Like I
Yeah.
need to, know what I'm doing, get in and get out.
Yeah.
So it's good that you can review this. They send this out to you, and you can look
Early.
at it. And also, like the yes or no is sometimes a little like, am I voting for it or is no saying for or against? I wish it would just say you're for this or you're against it, not
Yeah.
yes or no. Just a little tweaks. I mean,
See, that's
I
some
guess,
improvement we can send
yeah,
out.
I guess yes and no is sort of the same, but I just feel like for or against will be,
Because it can get a
yeah,
little confusing, like yes or no. And you like you said, is it yes, I'm going for it,
yeah,
or yes, meaning I'm going against it,
yeah, exactly. That's
or
what
is it,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
So sometimes you like, anyways, but I guess yes means you for it, no means you're against it. So
yeah,
just
and
little
they,
tweaks. And
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not I'm not a heavy on any of these particular subjects. Some of them definitely, when we play the video, it's better for it to explain. I'm a visual
yeah,
person anyway. Like
yeah. That's
reading
what,
it, I can
mhm,
get it, but it's like I'd rather see a video.
yeah. And so that's why I do that a lot lately. I rather look up a video and
And like what you were saying before, like it's more for your like how you learn things, like different learning
get it.
styles.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should have
Mhm.
a little QR code. You can click it, and somebody can say, "Hey." But I guess
Oh,
they
hey,
can be a
that
little
that's
biased too.
that's
But
something that's
yeah,
something that's so you have that with your state or your city, you know what I'm saying? And they
exactly.
could just come in your county, whatever.
And they can
And
just say, "Hey, this is
hey,
official. This person, we're going. You know, this is
and
what
you
it
gave
is."
them we might be giving them some ideas. That's a
Yeah, I
good
mean,
thing
I,
though.
I feel like it'll work. It'll benefit because you can sort of hear it and like this is what this is. Explain
Hmm.
it. Not explain it, but just read it and then you can okay, bet that makes a little more sense than reading it off a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Some of
Yeah.
them are like the abortion one is sort of cut dry, like that's pretty simple. Um Let me see something that's a little Constitution preserved by the traditional methods as public rights. Like the hunting and fishing one,
Hmm.
like proposing an amendment of the Constitution. I guess they don't want us to hunt and fish. I didn't know that was you
A
can't
thing.
do. They're saying you can't do that no more. So I guess that's what this is about. So preserving your right to,
Hunting fish.
yeah,
So this video, hopefully it clears up,
yeah. And I'm
some of
thinking
the
too, like, say you
misconceptions.
18, you fresh out of school, and they drop this on you, like, what the? You
Yeah.
might not even vote on this stuff because you like,
I don't understand it.
yeah.
And then too, also
If
too,
you're
that's
not big
what
on hunting and fishing, or you don't really, yeah. So,
yeah.
anyways, yeah.
But like we were saying on the last EP, um, a lot of us just focus on what's in media,
Yeah.
mainstream media is which is the which voting on for the presidency. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Voting for it got Kamala and Trump. So
yeah,
that's all we've been focused on. We're not looking at these things as well. Like I said, the props, the amendments, um, just like we getting all this mail. California does, I think, a good job of that, sending all this mail about the different props and stuff to vote on. They send you all this shit, explaining it, and you read it. But some of us look at that shit as junk mail. Like, oh, let me throw this shit
yeah,
in.
for sure. Because you get so much of it too of
Mm-hmm.
even personal like people representatives like there's one of them what's this lady she done
Mm-hmm.
sent like 6 7 things boy like Tom Clean Keen
Uh,
he didn't sent
Tom
like
Tom King.
Keen Keen
Oh,
like
okay.
he's a representative he's trying to go for Senate he didn't send like 6 7 and then Erica Booth that's what he going against he
Yeah,
didn't send I mean, they both got some money. Tom, that man, and sent 6 7 items. I'm like, geesh.
they
I done
marketing
seen,
budget up there.
yeah, for real. I done seen so much stuff from him and her. I'm like, more about him and her than the presidency.
Oh,
So
so
they,
they mailing you to see? Yeah, it's more stuff for like that of them mailing you things,
yeah. So
bruh.
that's why you think it's junk mail, unless you see like official from what's it say that basically it looks more official. It says Orange County, so you're getting something from okay, this is
Yeah,
from them. And it says like vote, stuff like that. So it sort of pique your attention. But there's a lot of information on and they sending you snippets. So you don't really they're telling you vote for this person because she doing
yeah.
this
I got
and
a whole bunch of them, boy. A whole
yeah,
bunch on my refrigerator.
our
It's like,
state
damn.
representative. So he let me see on the ballot too. He's going for yeah, state representative. So
Mm,
he's a Republican. I mean, he's a Democrat. She's a Republican. Erica Booth is Republican. Tom Clean is Democrat. So, I mean, not that I guess that for some people that matters, but
yeah,
you just want to. I try to just vote for the person that,
that best fits the role.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
best fits whatever. And he got some key points. It says funding our public schools to keep school sizes small so kids can
Mhm.
learn. Increasing teachers' pay so teachers can afford to stay in our community.
Mm.
Improving school safety measures to keep our kids safe. So he basically about the
Yeah, them
schools. Let's
big.
see what Eric about. Okay, pass a law that prevents development into roads and highways to keep up with traffic. Make our schools, make sure our schools won't get overcrowded before building is permitted. Protecting neighborhoods from having apartments placed next door. I guess I don't know. Safeguard family farms and generational lands for economic pressures to develop. So that's something she said. And what he said, he got a little diss track to her too. They got their
Sorry for the wait.
yeah. So he's saying what he does. He said opposed a 3 million tax payers funded bailout for the insurance industry in Tennessee. Representative Tom Clean is fighting for us to lower insurance costs. He opposed a 3 billion tax payer funded bailout supporting freezing insurance rate and is holding insurance companies accountable to ensure they pay they play claims after natural disasters. And it says Erica Booth is a handpicked candidate for insurance companies. So
Mm.
she will join politicians who provide a $3 billion taxpayer funded bailout to insurance company who then cancel home insurance policies. Her supporters raised the sin Schwick. I don't know what that is. But anyways, affordable housing trust fund and made it easier for insurance companies to deny claims, causing Florida to be the least affordable state in America. Oh
Oh
yeah,
man,
Erica. Yeah,
what's her
she
name?
Erica Booth.
Erica Boo. He just dissed your shit.
Yeah. Oh, now she got one too.
Oh
She
dang, she came back with one.
yeah
Dang, they
yeah
just going at it, ain't they?
yeah. Let me see. She got a little diss track. It says 30 Florida officers have rejected Tom Clean's anti-police soft on crime rhetoric. So I guess he's soft on crime. Tom Clean is focused on advancing economics and social justice and wants to invest in communities, not policing them. Some statements made by the Florida Raising, which Tom Clean is aligned with. So it says vote against Tom Clean's anti-police agenda.
See, and
So
that's when big questions need to be able to come in. Like when I hear like, okay, not policing, what areas are you talking about? Because certain
yeah,
areas are heavily policed. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah. It says I guess a Twitter message that says proudly, we say we're not going to fight capitalism with black capitalism, but we're going to fight with socialism. We're going to fight their reaction with all of us people getting together and having an international revolution. I don't know what. Okay,
see, that's
defund. So he supports Black Trans Lives Matter. He supports defund police, defund
mhm.
Black Lives. Police don't prevent crime; they show up after it happens. So, anyways, I guess these are all things he like. I don't
Yeah,
know if these are Twitters or some things that his campaign supports. So, yeah.
yeah. She just dissed his shit.
And now he had one. Erica Booth is fighting with ban abortion with no exceptions for rape, incest, or
Mm,
when the life of the mother is at risk. Erica Booth is not does not trust Floridians to make their own healthcare decisions. She supports she's supported by extremists who are working to end access to fertility treatments like IVF.
mm.
So he's pro life and she's not. So yeah. Anyways, I guess you look at these little
Yeah,
notes.
little flyers. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do
Anyways,
that
yeah,
with
that was a little snip that I
Californians.
got in a little rabbit hole a little bit. My bad.
No, you good.
Had
That's
had me
good though.
thinking.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
what I'm saying? That's what this time for. We place this
yeah,
time for that. Like, okay. And then also too, what I've been doing is looking up the history on these. Like, where did they come from? Where did
yeah,
they start? You know what I'm saying? What policies did they create when they were senators and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that a little bit lately. And we'll talk more about presidential candidates on the next
yeah. And like you
but
said, there's a lot more. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and you can even write in somebody. So
yeah.
there's eight. You can write in
Oh,
your
yeah, you
own
talking
name
about
if you
folks
want to.
running for president?
So, yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot of it ain't just them the
it's
ones with the
eight if
money.
you count in writing in whoever you want to write in.
Mhm. We can write in, anybody.
Yeah, whoever you want.
Yep. So yeah, man. So as y'all see, this is time we're taking to to learn ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
dig a little deeper, pause, to learn ourselves about the election time. You know, it's coming up November 5th. What is Tuesday, right? That's the actual
yes.
voting day. We go in, and I think after that, we'll find out what was passed, um,
And
what
there's
person
early
won.
voting too. From
Hmm?
Monday to there's early voting from Monday to Sunday, from the
Okay.
21st to the November 3rd. So
Okay, bet. And we're gonna do a live EP coming up soon. So we can get other people's opinions, questions, and things like that. We don't know it all. We're learning as we go.
yeah,
So We ain't finna even act like Liv said earlier. We ain't no gurus. Like this is the
Yeah,
first time I actually sat down and started going through the ballot with you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, hey, let's go through this. Let's actually teach ourselves some some shit other than listening to what they saying on the news and stuff
yeah,
like. So we're gonna play this YouTube video going over Florida's amendments, a few of Florida amendments to see if this will help explain it better than when you're reading it on your ballot, so it can maybe help you. Then we'll come back and talk about a little bit of it
yeah.
before we close
And,
out.
and hopefully we can get this out before at least you have to go in to vote, so
Yeah,
we can.
hopefully we can get this out by Sunday. Get both of them out by Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We still got the one. Hopefully, we can drop that one tonight or by tomorrow,
That we
and
had to
then
record twice.
and then we drop one by Sunday. Then
Yeah,
we'll be recording on Sunday
yeah.
to
So yeah, we got a lot.
to help people out, man. But all right, cool. All right, so let's go to this YouTube. Let's pull up this YouTube real quick to help people, to help us. We're learning too. Like I said, we're learning to figure out which ways we should vote and understand what these amendments mean that's on the Florida ballot. And like I think every city is different. Every city is different, right?
County, I think.
Oh, every county is different.
Yeah,
On the ballot is different. Okay, cool.
I think. Don't quote me.
I think they got county
Yeah, because I'm
things
seeing
for
here there's a like county
city.
thing.
All right, cool. All right, let's play this, man. You do.
We'll continue today's roundtable with Brian Crowley and Antonio Fins, a familiar face in these parts for many, many years, Palm Beach Post political editor. We talked about Amendment 4. Let's talk first about Amendment 3, adult use recreational marijuana. Brian, what are you hearing out there?
Well, it's, you know, one of the things that's interesting about Amendment 3 is that, and they've done some of this with Amendment 4, but there have been at least 6 state agencies that have helped to sponsor commercials. The Department of Education has started a commercial warning that young ones shouldn't be using marijuana. Now, there's nothing in the constitutional amendment that would allow teenagers to use marijuana, but it's sort of a backdoor way that Governor DeSantis is using to help defeat that amendment. And I've never seen that before. I mean, 6 state agencies are being used to challenge
Same thing
the
on Amendment 4 too, with the Florida Department of Health has also weighed in.
And what are the facts getting lost in the smoke? Sorry, I couldn't resist the pun on Amendment 3. Because you, to me, as I watch ads, you've got law enforcement, it'll be regulated, it'll be great. Then you've got the corporate shill sitting in the lawn chair. Hey, no homegrown growers anymore. It'll either be safer, or any of you thought you'd be part of the boom in recreational marijuana. Forget it, it'll be all corporate interest. It's good, it's bad, it'll be horrible for people. Crime will go up. No, it won't. It'll be better regulated. What are people to make of all this, Antonio?
I don't know. I was trying to come up with another Cheech and Chong analogy here, but you took mine. Look, I liken this back, if you go back about almost 4 decades, with when we had the lottery and the casino gambling on the ballot. And I think, you know, in this state, what I hear all the time is the medical marijuana was always very popular. That's how I got to 60%. When you get to recreational, that is a different task. And I kind of see the same hesitancy in people that have been talking to you about this amendment that, yeah, medical marijuana is good, but full-blown recreational, we're not so clear about it. The same way that, yeah, the lottery was okay, the casino gambling, we're worried about the mafia and, you know, the Godfather showing up. And I'm here. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people.
issues on our highways.
That's what I'm hearing from people.
And by the way, when I say law enforcement, the ones they have handpicked for their ads, not to suggest all law enforcement, to be sure, does not have issues one way or the other on this, but they have handpicked people, the grandma type, who's going to be good for us, and so on and so forth. Let's run through some of the others. Amendment 1, establishing school board elections as partisan. They're nonpartisan now, though you'd hardly know it these days, Antonio.
Yeah, look, this is one where the genie may be out of the bottle already. I mean, I think people see so much of local government, particularly the school boards. They see it through such a partisan lens that this could pass, and quite frankly.
So, did did that make sense to you?
No, I mean, it made sense. It made sense about what they're talking about, but they didn't make any strong points. They just saying I mean, it is what it is. Like there's no, like they said, there's no
So
regulation on it. So they're
yeah,
saying like you can't grow it.
yeah,
I
in the
guess they're saying
backyard.
you can't grow it in your backyard either. So
So that's what it. So is that amendment for okay? We're voting yes to be able to vote it, and kids under the age of
and
21 or
yeah,
whatever
that's
able
what he's
to
saying
use.
too. Like teenagers are. I mean, it's not illegal for a teenager to smoke cigarettes. They can't buy them, but they can't. I guess they can still smoke. You
Yeah,
know, you can't get arrested for smoking a cigarette if you like 14 or something. So yeah, so like he said, I think it creates a lot of gray area,
hmm
which they got to still figure that out.
hmm
Um, but I mean, it is good because if you do smoke, I'm not a smoker, but if you do smoke, if you get caught with, say you get pulled over for a traffic stop and you smoking in the car, you won't get arrested for that. So I feel like that's a good, you know, that's good for some people that do smoke. But he was also saying DUI. So are you, I don't know, maybe you do get caught because you under the influence. So it's like, it's not, it's still like a lot of gray areas. So
yeah,
you might need to do some more. And maybe they don't even have it all figured out because it's not passed yet. So maybe when they do
yeah.
pass it, they'll, they'll figure out, all the things in that. So did
Okay.
that clear it up? It gave me some more information, but if I was if I was at a 40, I'm at a 45, I guess, of information known about what this amendment is about. So
Okay, look. I just pulled those, son. I paused that video, right? Just
mhm.
I said, let me pause it because I wanted to make sure we we understand. So okay, I'm gonna pause that real quick. Now I'm gonna go on something that I just pulled up. Okay. So what is Amendment 3? You can see it, right?
Yeah. It's like
Okay. Amendment 3 allows adults who are 21 or older to possess, purchase, and use marijuana for personal, non medical reasons. It sets limits on how much individuals can legally carry up to 85 grams of marijuana or 5 grams of marijuana concentrate.
okay, so this is better.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
a,
got
it,
to be 21 or older, but that's the
uh,
same thing with the same. If you're they can't purchase it. So the same thing with cigarettes. Like you can't buy the cigarettes, but if you're 15 and you smoking a cigarette, they
mhm.
can't pull you over. So same thing if you 14 and smoking weed, then
Okay, and it goes on further to state it will also allow existing medical marijuana dispensaries to sell marijuana to recreational users. State licensed businesses could be authorized to cultivate, process, and distribute the product. A yes, this is what we was looking for. Explain what this yes mean. A yes vote on the amendment supports recreational marijuana legalization for people who are 21 and older, while no vote favors keeping in place the system that makes marijuana only available
for medical use.
use.
Yeah, that was way better.
Yeah, because I was kind of confused. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, I'm glad I ain't the only one because I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, I guess.
That's why I paused this shit. I was like, hold on, what the? I was kind of confused for a minute. I
Yeah,
was like, oh shit. Okay, we
yeah,
go.
they were throwing a lot of stuff at you.
Yeah, for real. Like, hold on, you got to break this shit down for us, boss.
65 grams. That's a lot of. That's a lot of.
85.
85.
85 grand. That's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So
No,
you
it is.
can have 85 grams on you.
Yeah. So as it says states
Up to 85 grams.
up to 85 grams of
Okay.
marijuana or 5. So voting yes, you support the amendment. Voting no, you want to keep it
And
as
it's saying you can grow. It might allow you to grow stuff, right? It says might, right?
yeah. So it say No, it don't have anything about grow.
Yeah, it says cultivate.
Oh yeah. Okay, where does that? My bad.
State licensed businesses
Could be authorized to coach. Okay, so if you
could
got a
be.
state license, you could be able to.
So you
Could be.
still got to be licensed to
Yes, and you
grow
could
your
be.
own personal weed
I'm.
or marijuana. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess, or it's people get in that gray area and do shit. So it's hell, grow my own personal weed, or I can.
But if you can have 85 grams, you can grow. You can grow up
Yeah,
to 85, and you
could I
good.
could I sell that?
Nah,
Make
you
a
gotta
little
be
money.
licensed. You gotta be licensed to sell, my boy. They ain't doing
This ain't
that.
85. That's all I got, boss.
Yeah,
85.
but you can't sell that. That's for you and you only.
I'm just bullshitting, man. I don't support none of that. We just laughing to keep kid, man. Having fun while we learning. Uh yeah, okay. So this way better. Let's see. As a matter of fact, let's see. Could we pull up something? Well, we're gonna go to the next amendment. Let them let them try to explain it to us. If I don't understand, I'm pausing this. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
yeah. So all right.
I thought I was the only one in the class, so I'm gonna just ride it out and be quiet.
Oh, that's how all of them be.
Yeah,
Everybody in class, man. I don't understand. They ain't gonna say nothing. No, say
yeah,
something.
straight up, quiet.
Hold up.
Wait to the end. Ask questions afterwards.
Hey, go to the teacher after everybody left.
Yeah, hey,
Hey, look,
you talking
man.
about Amendment 3? I'm a little questionable.
I'm a little lost.
Yeah, straight
Oh,
up.
hold on.
Or it cannot pass, and still it'll be the same result. That the genie may be out of the bottle already. I mean, I think people see so much of local government, particularly the school boards. They see it through such a partisan lens that this could pass, and quite frankly, or it cannot pass, and still it'll be the same result. That these are going to be partisan races going forward, whether the R&Ds are on the ballot.
You kind of know where they are right now anyway.
Oh, sure,
It's
yeah.
like impossible not to know anymore
And
on both sides.
And even in nonpartisan elections, now that it's not going to be affected by this amendment, I was just editing a state. What I hear all the
We going
time is
back,
the
right.
medical marijuana was always very popular. That's how I got to 60%. When you get to recreational, that is a different task. And I kind of see the same hesitancy in people that have been talking to you about this amendment. That yeah, medical marijuana is good, but full-blown recreational, we're not so clear about it. The same way that, yeah, the lottery was okay. The casino gambling, we're worried about the mafia and the Godfather showing up. And I'm here. That's what I'm hearing from a lot of
DUI
people.
issues on our highways.
DUI, that's what I'm hearing from people.
And by the way, when I say law enforcement, the ones they have handpicked for their ads, not to suggest all law enforcement, to be sure, does not have issues one way or the other on this, but they have handpicked people, the grandma type, who's going to be good for us, and so on and so forth. Let's run through some of the others. Amendment 1, establishing school board elections as partisan. They're nonpartisan now, though you'd hardly know it these days, Antonio.
Yeah, look, this is one where the genie may be out of the bottle already. I mean, I think people see so much of local government, particularly the school boards. They see it through such a partisan lens that this could pass, and quite frankly, or it cannot pass, and still it'll be the same result. That these are going to be partisan races going forward, whether the R&Ds are on the ballot.
You kind of know where they are right now anyway.
Oh, sure,
It's
yeah.
like impossible not to know anymore on both sides.
And even in nonpartisan elections, now that it's not going to be affected by this amendment, I was just editing a story that on one of the races on one of the local agencies here, and one of the candidates said that his claim was he wanted to root out the Marxist on this commission. So there you go.
Yeah. Amendment 2, establishing a state constitution.
Hold on. Let's run this back. Liv, you understood that?
Boy. Okay. First of all, what's confusing me, I sort of got it, but when they say school board,
Yeah.
I guess they're saying like you're not allowed to like say you're not allowed partisans, like you're not allowed to say what party you're a part of. So if you're a Democrat or Republican, you gotta like keep that under wraps. You can't just say like I'm Republican and be a part of the school board. I'm thinking. I guess that's how it. But I don't even. What amendment was that? 2, I think.
That was Amendment 1. So look, I looked up something.
Yeah. Okay. Election of member district. Yeah. Okay. So it says proposing amendments to the state constitution to require members of the district school board to be elected in a partisan election rather than a nonpartisan election, and to specifically, sorry, I lost my spot. Specifically,
It's a lot of words on that one.
and to specifically that the amendment only applies to elections held on or after the November 2026 general election. However, partisans' primary elections may occur before the 2026 general election for proposed of nominating policy parties, candidates to that office for placement on the 2026 general election ballot. So again, like you said, a lot of words,
Yeah.
a lot of the same words, and guessing this won't take even if you vote yes, it won't take effect to the 2026.
So it's right here. I just pulled it up right here.
Okay. Well,
Florida.
you got that so small, you're gonna have to read. Hold on, let me get real close. All right, I got my glasses. Imagine if I didn't, I'll be in the camera.
Woo.
Okay, yes, vote supporting making school board elections partisan beginning November, same thing, general election for the primary election, nominating party candidates for the 2026 election. A no vote opposes making the school board election partisan, thereby maintaining current procedures where school board members are elected in a non-party. Yeah, okay. So saying, yeah, I guess that's what we. So what they said, what we gathered from it is what it is. So like right now you vote. Right now, people vote on the school board. Who gets on the school board? Non-partisan. So they don't know if they're Democrat or Republican. I think if they're
to keep it from being biased, I'm guessing.
exactly, yeah. So in the future, there, if you vote yes, you're saying you want them to show whether they, what party they're a part of, and that's how that could help you or discourage you from voting for them in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he's saying this is already happening. Like they're already subliminally like saying, I am for this, I'm for this, I'm for that.
Yeah.
Which, helps you steer them to like what party they're a part of.
Yeah. And I think that's just keep it from being biased.
Yeah, I think they should keep it. They should not. I don't think, if you're part of a party that should be separate, just do your own, do your own thing and get on there on your own, whatever.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's finish listening here.
Story that on one of the races on one of the local agencies here, and one of the candidates said that his claim was he wanted to root out the Marxist on this commission. So there you go.
Yeah. Amendment 2, establishing a state constitutional right to hunt and fish to preserve, as it says, quote, preserve forever fishing and hunting as a public right.
Well, I will gently say it sounds like an awfully silly amendment to me because we already under law are allowed to hunt and fish in the state. So opponents think that this is a method of making it more extreme.
You've never liked, you've argued for years, we lard the Constitution with way too many things that should be under the legislative purview.
Somehow the U.S. Constitution manages to get by with 20 some odd amendments. We need 132 in any given moment.
One question though. So what happened? We had a big fight over Jonathan Dickinson State Park recently. So what happens? It passes, let's say, gets 60% of the vote. And let's say a group says, hey, I want to hunt there. You can't deny me my constitutional right, even though there was a hue and cry on both sides of the aisle not to allow golf and other things at Jonathan Dickinson. So there's going to be some real world examples where this.
Yes, and I would argue.
Am I wrong?
I would argue if amendments 3 and 4 on the marijuana and abortion, if they were not on the ballot, this would be the most important amendment on the ballot, hands down. Because this is a state that has worked so hard, from Everglades restoration to all sorts of water quality issues, to get the environment right, to balance development and environment so that you have natural areas. And this one could very well end up undermining it, because you could make the argument, and this is the folks I've been talking to on the opposition side, you could make the argument that with a very conservative Supreme Court, this becomes the wedge to go after very unpopular rulings by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission, even though it mentions that the amendment does not impact the authority of it, but you could challenge their decisions and their rulings in the courts. And we have already had for the last decade a huge fight over bear hunts. And not so much here, but if you go to the Panhandle, the red snapper issue, that is equivalent to the abortion issue in the rest of the state. It is hot and heavy.
Amendment 5, homestead exemption inflation adjustment.
That's another one. I don't know if they're not good at explaining or what, but I am lost in the motherfucking sauce. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought this one was a gimme. I thought I knew this one. This is one. I was like, yeah, I got this one.
It just confused. Okay, now, so since that's confused you, this is good though. You know what I'm saying? It's good. Hold on. Let me go.
Were you confused or?
I was confused a little bit, but then I started to pick it up on it a little bit because I'm like, So
I thought reading it off the ballot, I thought it was pretty cut and dry, but they put some.
So look, so this is what I pulled up, right? Say no to Prop 2, right?
So is this saying you can fish anywhere you want? And
so that's what I'm confused. That would have seemed like to me, if you vote yes for it, say it's your private property and I want to hunt deer there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like, damn, I can enter your property still? Like, you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Yeah, because they were saying something about golf courses, and I'm like, I don't know what that has to do with fishing.
But I'm saying, what you know how it's deer big in Florida, and certain to hunt deer. If I want to enter your property to hunt deer, I'm allowed to do that. If I vote,
guess you can't go on somebody's property, but if it's,
I think that's what he was talking about. That gray area comes in that.
But I think if it's like somewhere where it's a reserve area, you know, because over here we have a lot of reserve areas. Maybe you can do what you want in a reserve area.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're also saying that you can't undermine the Constitution. So this is like,
so here goes. I pulled this. I say why vote no on Amendment 2? Quote from World Animal Protection: this is dangerous and misleading amendment. Will strip Florida citizens of their power to protect and conserve wild animals. It's designed to trick voters into allowing some of the cruelest forms of hunting and preventing citizens, scientists, and agencies from protecting wildlife in the future. World Animal Protection says a resounding no to Florida Amendment 2024. Amendment 2 is a threat to private property rights. Florida Amendment 2, 2024 threats to enable hunters to trespass onto. That's the question I just had. You know what I'm saying? What I was just saying. Onto your property and pursuit of the animals they want to kill. Excuse me. Amendment 2 is a threat to wildlife, even though the planet has a loss of 69% of its wildlife over the past 50 years. This Florida Amendment 2, 2024 will create a fundamental right in this Florida Constitution to hunt and fish using traditional methods. Amendment 2 is a threat to marine population. Florida Amendment 2, 2024 could be used to override protections for fish stock such as actually dang.
All right, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking they can go in like they can go like wherever they want to go. I didn't know they can go on your property now. I guess if they're pursuing one and it just goes past, they can still
come. That's what I was asking. Like if it's a deer, I'm
this deer and I'm about to So so that's a no for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, that's.
I thought it was saying they're trying to take away your right to hunt and fish, but this is saying just do whatever you want.
Yeah, but that's your right to. That's already. You know what I'm saying? What is already amendment for you to be able to hunt and fish? So that's your constitutional right to be able to do that. So I guess
this is just doing Article 28. So this is specifically, are you able to do that? Like,
dang, I didn't know hunting and fishing provides over a great state, combining just over 15 billion annually. Dang.
What you mean?
I didn't know it. Hunting and fishing is annually can be up to $15 billion.
They can make $15 billion?
Yeah, the state makes 15
Oh, from
billion.
people getting their license, probably.
Economic value, the economic value.
Or people selling them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now you get it.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
sort of one side. I want to see what people say for it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me go and see. Hold on. Is this a video talking?
Therapists more tools,
No, we don't want to hear no commercials.
shorter wait.
You got to go through the commercial.
2. So Amendment 2 on the Florida ballot establishes a state constitutional right to hunt and fish. 23 states have already adopted similar measures, but I'm curious, what exactly changes? I thought we already had the right to hunt and fish in our law.
Well, I guess we don't have a constitutional right to it, and that's what this would do. James?
Yeah. This creates a loophole. This is a fascinating amendment to study. So what it does it mean that the use of gill nets would come back? It's a possibility. The amendment language gives a lot of people concern, the Sierra Club, the Florida Bar, and other environmentalists, that the use of traditional methods for fishing and hunting would seem to essentially repeal laws that prohibit the gill net, as well as steel jaw traps. And as a constitutional right to hunt and fish, there's a fear that it would supersede private property rights and expand hunting and fishing into state parks and wildlife preserves. I mean, the way this amendment is written, it could be problematic.
And
Well, this was an amendment that the National Rifle Association put forward. They're looking to make Florida, as you pointed out a moment ago, John, this would make Florida the 24th state with such a law. And it was seen as kind of rooted in concerns that private property rights could harm hunting access. And similarly, it was seen as a potential basis for lawsuits challenging hunting and fishing regulations. Opponents have raised this issue about gill nets and other limits on commercial fishing that could be overturned if this amendment is passed, and some sharp lawyers start litigating. Now, the Florida legislature, which includes plenty of mostly Democrats wary of the NRA, they voted almost unanimously to put this amendment on the ballot. So there's some that clearly believe that this is more of an amendment that will protect mom and apple pie rights to bring your kid fishing or hunting and make sure developers can't put no fishing signs up on open land. But in voting or opposing the measure, voters aren't really going to know, that this is the final story. A lot may come down to deciding whether or not you can trust the NRA, and that this is only about preserving an almost sacred right in this country to hunt and fish.
And those who don't know at home, I'm sorry, James, the use of gill nets in the past has really has caused a lot of concern, because they basically are just are miles and miles of nets, if I'm not mistaken, that sort of catch anything that swim into it.
It was an incredible legislative battle to get the gill net ban passed and approved. And what it did was devastate so many coastal fishing communities along the northern coast. It decimated, communities in like Wakulla, Franklin, and Gulf counties, no longer being able to use the gill net. So then to come back 30 years later with a constitutional amendment to allow use of the gill net, I mean, to those communities that suffered so much in that economic devastation, you just have to wonder about that.
Well, I'm not sure if it's clear that this is going to open the door to gill nets again. I think that's subject to future litigation.
Right.
The
that's what
doesn't really address that.
Yeah, correct. That's what I mean about the use of the language. The use of the language may be problematic. That traditional methods for fishing and hunting, and one could argue that man has used nets to fish since the beginning of recorded history. I mean, what's more traditional than using a net?
All right, they
Yeah.
was confused too. Then, well, not
Yeah,
confused,
yeah,
but it's
'cause
just not. It's not really, and that's what he was saying too. Like, if you're
it's
just
too
reading
vague.
this, if you're reading this, you might think like, "Oh, this is my right. I'm just preserving the right to hunt and
Mhm.
fish." You know what I've been
More
doing.
to
So
it.
it's like, but this is not what that is about because you
Yeah.
can. They're not challenging your right to hunt and fish. This is just saying, and like you're saying, like there, it's very vague.
Hmm.
Use traditional methods. Like I thought that's what was a non-traditional method of fishing.
Yeah. And see, gill nets. Yeah, gill nets is like that's like
And I don't think you can use the steel traps. Like I think to
yeah.
catch those bears and whatnot, you gotta like hunt
Mhm.
them. So
And
yeah,
then
so
you
they're
might
saying this could be like a
it's,
gate to open up a lot of things that were taken away.
yeah. And
So
that's what he's saying. Like in further litigation, you know what I'm saying, that it's gonna cause more
issues,
argument. Yeah,
yeah,
issues
it's
going
gonna be
down.
harder to penalize people because they can just they can go to this.
So if somebody you've messed around this past and somebody goes on your land and shoot a deer and come
I'm
and
thinking about what if they just shoot you?
true,
They
and
can
then
say, "Hey, you can be out there chilling. Oh, I'm trying to shoot a deer and I accidentally shot you."
yeah,
Like, what the? But I mean, I guess you can still. But it's like, nah, man, nah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that just opening too much,
yeah. It's
just
a
too
little
much.
gateway. They trying to
Yeah,
squeeze their way in.
yeah, nah.
That's a
All
no.
right, so let's boom, go next.
Well, one of the interesting things about that, because on the surface it sounds really good. I get to have a higher homestead exemption. I pay less in taxes. But what impact does that have on your local governments and on the county? Local less
Run
tax.
that back,
Equivalent
run that back,
to
TJ.
the abortion issue in the rest of the state, it is hot and heavy.
Amendment 5, homestead exemption inflation adjustment.
Well, one of the interesting things about that, because on the surface it sounds really good. I get to have a higher homestead exemption. I pay less in taxes. But what impact does that have on your local governments and on the county? Local less taxes means less money for local governments and especially smaller local governments in the
services.
county. So are they going to have to raise other taxes? Are they going to have to create other ways of bringing in some money? So there may be one of these things where on the surface it feels good, but the effect might not be what we expect.
This is a perfect example of something that is a really good idea, but the Constitution is really not the best place for it.
Ergo, your argument all the time.
In
right?
1992, we put the Save Our Homes, the homestead exemption in the Constitution, and we spent how many years fighting other constitutional battles because of the disequilibrium that it has created in the housing market. And so, great idea.
Feels good.
Great idea, but it should be state law that it can be where it can be changed more easily and adjusted rather than the Constitution.
That legislators should take up and legislate and then have to live with the consequences, good or bad, of those decisions, as you have often argued. Amendment 6, repeal of public campaign financing.
Leah, you got that?
Yeah, that one's pretty cut dry.
Okay.
So you will get a tax break, but like they said, they're gonna try to do something more. They got to get that money, so they might do
Some
something
way,
on the back
somehow. Yeah.
back end to make you pay. So you might save there, but and like you say, it should be state so they can be able to adjust it quicker instead of going every couple years to figure out like how to make these adjustments. So
Yeah.
that one was explained way better. If you own a home, like if you don't own a home, like homestead will be very foreign to you. So
Yeah, most definitely.
so like it's just basically if it's like your primary home, you can save more in taxes and stuff like that. So this is just saying this is going to account for your inflation. So it's good. Like you said, it sounds real good until things don't work out.
Because you go to decide and so like taxes last year for me went up crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like what the taxes went up ridiculous amount on both properties out there in Florida.
Well, yeah,
So
that's because if you're the more your property is valued too, it goes.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like you might be thinking that's one of them things of you say you thinking right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'm just thinking to save something right now. Is like, hey, okay, what else can they hurt us with?
Yeah, and it's going to be like he says, harder to. It's because this doesn't happen all the time for you to change it. So you might have to suffer this for the next couple of years before you can change go. They put it back on the ballot and you're able to vote again.
Yeah. So like you said, that should go directly to the states.
Yeah.
Okay. But all right. So now let's continue.
Constitution
that legislators should take up and legislate and then have to live with the consequences, good or bad, of those decisions, as you have often argued. Amendment 6, repeal of public campaign financing.
You know, I'm sure that this would be popular just because anything that mentions campaign financing, it smacks of socialism and whatnot. But I think the issue here is we complain about the amount of money in political races, and then we complain that there's too much, that there was not enough. So there's not enough. We don't want campaign financing. So it's one of those that, again, and then quite frankly, again, another one, this is a great idea to be debating, but
legislatively.
Legislatively and in the public square. I mean, here we are in an election where you have one of the most consequential presidential races ever. This really important issue is off the radar because so much focus is going elsewhere.
You both will have closing thoughts on the other side of the break. We've got limited time here. 20 seconds for you, just a headline issue you want people to pay attention to.
All right, before they closing. Did you got that?
Nope. They skipped over abortion, but I guess that's cut and dry. But
yeah, they did skip. We can go over abortion in a minute. They did skip over that.
I'm trying to even look for this amendment. Hold on.
What amendment? What 6?
No, isn't that Amendment 4?
Which one? The one
they're talking about now about the.
Oh, that's 6.
Hold on, where's 6? Oh, all right, sorry, I'm looking at my thing. All right, yeah, this is the shortest one. It says, proposing the repeal of the provision in the state constitution which requires public financing for campaigns and candidates for electives statewide, office who agreed to campaign spending limits. I don't know.
So is that like putting them on?
They have spending limit. Yeah, they can't reach a certain amount of dollars, I guess.
Okay, hold on, Lee. I think I found.
Yeah, we need more.
All right, hold on. I think I just found somebody. Shout out to him. We gonna once I figure out his name, whatever, I'm gonna pull him up real quick. Yeah, because we definitely need somebody to break this down for us. Because reading this here, and that happens a lot. Reading this, what the fuck are you talking about?
Final amendment on your 2024 constitutional amendment ballot here in the state of Florida. I'm Christopher Saul with Midbay News, and I'm going to explain it to you in yes and no terms. Okay, so Amendment 6 was put in back in the day as a way to kind of put a cap on how much people were spending on statewide elections. As you know, they can get kind of expensive. Basic idea is if you raise a certain amount of money and you agree to spending limits, the state will basically fund your campaign for one of 4 offices. Those 4 offices are governor, ag commissioner, attorney general, and CFO. Well, nobody's used it because it costs a lot of money to run a campaign if you want to win. And this doesn't meet that threshold. It doesn't give you enough money. At least that's what the yes people say. And so they're saying we should repeal this. It's kind of useless and we should just get it off the Constitution. The no people, at least the ones that I've talked to here at the Oklahoma Democratic Party, say that it's important to have it because it allows working class people to run for state office. You want the full recap? Midbay News.
Okay.
Well, a little bit better.
Yeah. Appreciate
so basically the people that are saying yes are like, the money that you are giving us to run this campaign that you would give us is not enough to actually run a campaign and win. So we need more money to actually,
beneficial to us, the people.
Yeah, because the average person wouldn't be able to get up there.
Got you.
If you don't have to go, yeah, exactly. You can't go against these giants because they got more money than you, so they're gonna crush you. So you won't be able to exactly. Which
Yeah.
you probably won't win anyway because they have more money than you, so they're able to put out all these flyers and
Yeah.
all
Not
these things.
discourage nobody or anything.
Yeah, but so I get it.
Okay. All right, we're gonna see if they go into the next one that's on your ballot. If not, we'll just go over it together. All right.
Yeah.
We can come back to in the next few weeks. Then you, Brian.
I'm going to go back to the amendment on hunting and
Okay.
fishing. Look, this is a state that is driven by fishing and hunting. It's a very popular thing. Just it's one of these. Be careful what you ask for because
You may
you
get
also embrace.
Brian.
Well, I think we should keep in mind that as of this past Friday, 834,000 voters had already voted by mail. A lot of decisions have already been made and have been voted on. So all these commercials and everything, they're intended for the people who haven't voted yet. But as we start early, and some states start earlier than we do, voting is underway. Decisions are being made, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
And worth noting, Republicans for the last 3 years pushed for the architecture that is, and by their words, are successful early voting, including absentee voting in Florida. Worth noting, given the contentiousness of that issue in some states. Back with your closing thoughts, both of you, in a moment.
All right, Liv, let's go into what's the next amendment on yours so we can cover that one because I think that's important too. They didn't go over that, and I got my thoughts of that, but I'm not gonna go into that right now.
You talking about abortion?
Yeah. What amendment is that?
Hold on. That's number 4. My bad.
Amendment 4.
Number 4, Constitution Amendment, Article 1, new section. Oh, this is new. So yeah. It's not I guess it's not they're trying to put it into effect, so it's not an official amendment yet.
Okay.
It says number 4 on the ballot, Constitutional Amendment, Article 1, new section. So it's basically it's a new law giving them the right to limit you from. I'm gonna just read it off the paper because they make it better. It says, no law. It says amendment to limit government interference with abortion. No law shall prohibit, penalize, delay, or restrict abortion before visibly or when necessary to protect the patient's health as determined by the patient's healthcare provider. This amendment does not change the legislation constitution authority to require notification to a parent or guardian before a minor has an abortion. This is the one where I said it gets confused if you vote yes or no.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do? You just read it, so for the visual learners like me and you, I just pulled the video up. So we're gonna watch that real quick.
Before many women know they're pregnant, before their first appointment, before a doctor can see anything on an ultrasound, this is when government in Florida has banned abortion. An extreme ban with no real exceptions. Not for her health, not even for rape. A ban where government decides, not you. And that's why Florida must vote yes on 4 to stop the dangerous ban, because government will never know better than a woman and her doctor.
Okay. Was that
short and sweet? Yes.
Was that way more helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. Bet.
So vote yes if you don't want them to interfere with
government interfering with you and your doctor's decision.
Yeah.
Okay. Bet. Okay, man. Hey, I think this was a good one. Information.
Very, very good for me. I learned a lot for sure. Which, as you can see, if you do some quick, and that's why the internet is so powerful. I know we talk about, internet is bad, and this is just quick things that we found real quick. Obviously, you can get more, go into it, go more in depth, and find more articles about it, things of that nature. But as you can see, within 20 minutes, we were able to find everything that we needed to know. More, I'm not going to say everything, but more information about the amendments that we have. So this is just number 2 and like one of 3 of the 4 sections. So yeah, it gives you like the power of the internet, man. Think about if we had to get a book and break this out. Like we have to find a chapter, we have to find the then we got then we're back to more reading. So we still, and then we got to look up what's, even on the wildlife and fishing, what does that law mean? We got to find another book. What that law said back in the day, what that did. Then we got to find another book about what happened in 1985 when they had the, so it's a lot. The internet is a very powerful tool that can be used for a lot of good. Long story short, and like you said, with a little bit of work and research, we were able to find more information, and we got real with ourselves. We said, "Hey, I don't know what this means, or I need more information. So let me go do my due diligence and try to, look this up," which is way easier now than we would have done 15 years from now before here. So that's all. That's my recap.
Yep. And that's too what he just said in Florida. How many early voters didn't vote? And I feel like
80,000, I think he said.
I can be wrong, but I think that's a game plan. You know what I'm saying? To jump on people's emotion, don't give people time to think.
Yeah,
out there.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
But also give people. They were also exiling a lot of people because the lines were so long that a lot of people can't vote. But like he said too, it's I feel like there's not going to be a right way. A lot, like he said, people might be voting for laws that's already it's already in there. We already got majority, so it's already set in stone. So,
but
you might be voting for something that's not even.
True.
But there was a problem. Remember back in, there was a problem with the votes. They had to do a recount and all that. That was a big catastrophe. So
yeah. And then they just said
that's another problem with the early voting. We don't know what's going on. That's what they were saying too. Like, we don't know what's going on. We can't, they saying we getting piece of papers with votes on it with people's name that, so it's
a lot of
always, it's always going to be something. So
riff-raff. But yeah, man, but just this little time we was able to not just we not focus on presidential candidates. We was able to focus on the laws in Florida, the amendments,
and the things. Now, I'm not gonna say that really matter, but the things that impact you on
a daily basis.
That will impact you on a daily basis. So, even the homestead thing, same thing. When I read it, we looked at the ballot before we even got on, so we were reviewing it, and I was like, oh yeah, for that.
Yeah.
Even the fishing in that one, I was like, oh yeah, that's solid. I already know what I'm gonna do with that. And now after doing some further research, I'm like, yeah, that might not be the best idea. So
it's all to do is take due diligence, man. Take a little due diligence, especially like I said, we got internet, it's way faster. So do a little due diligence. That's what the purpose of us creating this podcast, of not creating this podcast, but to do stuff, creative things like this to help people. I that's another reason why I didn't early vote, because I want to take my time and actually, you know what I'm saying, understand some things about what's on some of these ballots. Luckily, I'm in California too. We can go over this ballot in a couple days as well. This one should be pretty quick because it's about people. You know what I'm saying? You vote for different people. It don't have the amendments or anything on this ballot. Well, this ballot that I have right here. I don't know if they got an updated ballot. I'll find that out when I go there Monday. But we'll take the time to go over certain things. Then we'll start digging into pause. We'll start getting into more into the vice president. You know what I'm saying? The president, the different presidents that's on the ballot, because they don't talk about them. They only talk about the main two, Kamala and Donald Trump. That's it. But we're getting there. Man, appreciate you coming on, dog. I think this is I liked this one. You know what I'm saying? I learned some shit was going on in Florida. I guess also have to vote there as well. I don't know if I can vote there as well, but I should be able to.
I don't think so. But I don't know either, so I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we should look that up too. But
yeah, we're gonna look that shit up. But yeah, man, appreciate you, man, coming on. Try to get the EPs out in the next 2 days because I think it need to help people and we share it hell of a lot. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think this next one Sunday we go live to get people's. I think it'd be better like this type of information going like this will help individuals even if we're live. You know what I'm saying? We're live. That's when interact. They can ask questions. We can look it up, go off like that. Like I said, we're teaching ourselves, so we don't know. This is my first time even digging deep of understanding, trying to understand what's on the ballot because usually I just go with what somebody tell me. My uncle tell me. I call my uncle, what the hell I supposed to be voting for? He explained to me. He tell me,
Mine
oh,
too. And the same thing with the I appreciate you for like saying like, hey, did you get that? Cause I was
yeah,
sure gonna ride it through and be like, all right, I think I got something, but yeah,
yeah,
appreciate you really saying like, hey, I
yeah,
don't think you even I didn't get it, so I'm just
yeah,
making sure you got it, and I was on the same page as you. I did not get it.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And it helps too, like you said
Yeah,
earlier. It helps to see it early. Like, okay, damn. Now I done did some research. Already, I'm walking in a professional. I'm ready.
exactly. Like saying like we were discussing before. Even looking
Yeah.
at the ballot before you get in there
Mm-hmm.
helps you better prepare. And
Yep.
when you do more research, it helps you even more better prepare for you. So you don't feel, like I said, as anxious because you sort of know what you're getting into. I won't
Mm,
feel like I did the first time because I sort of know what I'm getting into. I've done my part. And which is a teaching moment also for me. Like, do the work, do the work,
yep.
do the work.
And it won't take that long. We got internet.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, you got any closing remarks, man?
No, man, just get out there and vote, man. Get out there and vote. Get yourself more familiar with the things, with the ballot, with all the information. Get yourself more familiar with what's going on. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
That's it, man. You got a voice, you got a choice, you got choices. Get out there, vote. It's gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna be weird, but do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And he summed that up for us, man. Like we always say, have love, peace, and a solid mind. Get out and vote, man. November 5th. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Peace.
Peace.